Welcome to Survivor's Circle for January 31st, 2023. Hello, Maria. How are you today?
I'm cold, so I'm
Uh,
inside.
keep complaining about all the changeable Kentucky weather.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
it's
The nice thing about Ohio, if you don't like the way the weather is, just wait an hour.
that you're exactly right. Just hang on. That's like
Oh,
today. We didn't like the weather we got up to this morning, so you waited and it just got worse. So,
yeah. Okay.
but I did look at our forecast, and it's going to be 56 degrees Monday, so
Oh, rub
and
it in.
sunny.
I think that the farthest I looked up ahead on mine, it was still right about where it is. Today's 23, so it's
Ooh.
likely it's pretty much going to stay there now for a while. I hope.
Yeah, probably.
And as long as it's steady, it's those fronts that come through and drop 10 inches of snow like they did last week. That
Yeah.
there's hello, Julie.
Hi,
I
Julie.
just, I just
Hi.
mentioned her, so duh.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You summoned her. Hey, Oofy.
Yeah,
Um,
her and Ron and
there's
the
Ron.
the tarot crew.
So the FF or the FA and FO, want to
Mm-hmm.
guess what that is?
Fast and no. uh, nope, no clue. Nothing's coming to mind right now. What is it?
F around and F out.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes. There's
F
a lot
around
of
and
that
find
happening.
out.
There's a lot of that happening these days. That's
Hmm.
for sure.
That just kind of seemed a little bit fitting.
Yeah. I don't
So
know.
yeah,
I'm just
I get if I put my normal name on there, I think people would be offended or think something was wrong with me. So
okay. I just decided to be conservative today.
you were last week too.
Hmm. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, we didn't have a topic, so I didn't know what theme to really go with. We're kind of doing the same thing today. We're just gonna kind of hang out and uh, talk about. But uh, I guess it's fair. I was sick all week. I did very very little, and just finally got turned around to where I was feeling decent today. Decent yesterday, better today.
Hmm.
I'm saying this is just not. I'm tired of getting old. you know, I want to be up and jumping the first day after I've been sick for a week. I said, I can't quite do that yet.
That didn't work out very well for you today, did it?
No, but that's okay. Tomorrow will be a better day, and we just keep pushing.
That's all right. That's all
I,
you
I
can do.
think that's like my theme song. Charles, you just keep pushing. No, well, yeah, I guess I do. Anyway, um, I I don't miss having taken like a week off basically from listening to anything, particular. I didn't hear I of course you catch the gist of the news and whatever the hot story of the day is, you can't hardly avoid it. But I stayed away from it and I felt better because I stayed away from it all.
I
I'm
keep
tired of
telling you.
having I'm tired of them playing with me. It's just not fun anymore. They and and I know that the story we get is not what's really happening. We're better the closer we look to home, wherever home is, the better we're going to be.
Hmm.
It just no. Hmm, what the heck? The which post? Hey, Bobby. Hello. Hmm.
I know
Oh,
I
no.
don't see anything past. So
Unless, well, she's on YouTube, so YouTube could have. I didn't think they had a.
YouTube doesn't. And I have noticed though there are people that try to post stuff and it doesn't make it. And we don't have we don't have any moderators, so
No.
nobody in there could have deleted anything. So I don't know.
Well, like I said, that's what I was thinking. If they had a. Anyway, it got lost. The AI ate it.
There you go.
Put
That's
it
what
back
it
in.
was.
We'll let it go. The
Hang on just a minute. I'm hearing a problem in my household, and I'll be right back.
Cat fight. Anyway, the it's interesting that there's just it's like everything is dire warnings and disasters and everything is about the problems. I think we're a lot better off when we look at what's going on around us and try to look at the better side of humanity, which is 99% of it. But we just have to do what we can. Let me see. Who's Bobby? Bobby? Thank you, Bobby.
Okay.
So Bobby says we need more moderators.
No, I'll just delete your ass from this side.
I'll just go in and check when there's.
Afterwards.
I think that I would consider that a compliment. When they find us and start dropping odd links, and don't worry.
Well, the thing about it is on StreamYard, we can put that user in timeout ourselves. So I mean, if we had 100 people in chat, maybe, but we got all of our friends here, so
that's right.
There's no reason to have one.
I absolutely agree with Julie. I stopped watching the news in 2016. It's too stressful. Watch what happens when you stop watching. You feel it in your body. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. The shoulders relax. You can breathe easier, and you're not. It is a constant stressor.
That you put on yourself. And that's the kicker.
Yes, we willingly accept that. You don't have to stand on the wall on duty, guarding against whatever things, because you can't stop it anyway. Whatever's coming, you can roll with the punches. It's better to just be relaxed and roll with the punches, and do the things you can. Make your life, make your world a better, more pleasant place by being a better, more pleasant person. That's the easy way.
Well, I don't know about that. I quit watching the news back in early 2000s, and I'm a delightful little smart ass every day. So.
Well, we can't. We have our own personalities.
Hey V, good to see you, sister.
VV, glad to see you, babe.
Ooh, you a babe. Oofy, I think I would be
She has not. Yeah. We don't see enough of Vivi.
We don't get to see enough of Venus. You're right.
There's never enough.
There's never enough of Vivi, ever. She's a busy girl. And not only that, Oofy's got CT, so.
Yes.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
Lucy
CTA, that last
been posting some things lately that have really caught my attention now. What's the new AI chatbot? That's
I don't read
some of
news,
that.
remember?
And I've seen it on a few from a few other sources. That's flat out scary.
Mm-hmm.
That
But
you
they
can
want
order
that.
a 3-page essay like that, on anything, and it's good. I feel really terrible when I try to write something like that.
Mm-hmm.
My writing speed is generally about an hour a page. That's just not fair. We can't keep up with that. Yeah.
Well, so, and this was something that I didn't understand. Of course, when I was in college, we didn't do everything on a computer. We just, you still had a typewriter that you used to type your papers on. So, but anyway, I did not realize that these college students now, that when they're doing their online courses, when they're taking a test or doing something like that, they have to stay in front of the computer. They can't look away.
Oh, okay.
They have to stay visible. There can be no distractions or whatever. I mean, you're on camera and they are watching you. So it's like you can't. I mean, it's insane.
You should just take a USB drive out of your pocket and plug
it in there. Yeah. It's crazy.
Well, it would have to be for a lot of stuff. It really. I mean, I don't know how else to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that is kind of that. It bothers me more than I expected it to. I knew this was coming down the line. I expected it, but I really didn't expect it yesterday. I expected it. Yeah. I said, maybe in 10 years they'll be able to slide something by, just, but that's really amazing.
What did we,
really
what
amazing,
the hell? Look at
how
this.
are you, Mr. Amazing?
I made it.
Good for you, Bill.
You see,
somebody's delighted to see you. You called that one right.
Home sweet home.
Yeah, you can see it, can't you?
It's sad as you get older that you require power naps.
Oh no.
Yes,
it's not a bad thing.
Oh, come on. You're a kid yet. Just wait. If I spend as many hours behind the mic as you do a day, yeah, I definitely need a couple.
Forget a mic, Charles, behind a computer. From the moment I wake up to the moment I sleep. And then wake up again only to repeat.
Yes.
Was that a rhyme though?
So I've noticed a lot of new shows coming up.
9
showing up on my notice board.
9.
I have not had time to watch anything. I have been busy.
You don't know how much it's from me for this side right here. Oh my gosh, It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. Yeah. Bobby, I got to thank Bobby because Bobby keeps me on point sometimes. Because the sad part is, no, I'm serious. Because sometimes I'm overwhelmed. It's just so much, and there's times where Bobby will say something, and he'll make me identify a mistake, and I'm noticing, Bobby's on it. Bobby is
good to have a backup.
It's like
somebody to be backup.
Yeah. Even imagine last year. Yeah. So what is going on here tonight?
You're the special guest tonight.
And do you know Charles didn't bother to tell me that this was even going to happen?
Well, I told him not to.
He wanted to see your face when he showed up.
Oh.
So he can put that on a loop and just run it.
Actually, so he could tell whether I'm full of shit or not.
I see Squidly's here, aka Oofy.
Yeah.
Oofy's here.
Oh, there's a lot of great old faces in here. Ronald, what's going on? Of course, Ronald's here.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Is that not the best?
Oh my God. So yeah, just being very busy. But Mark, I mean, you guys watch Mark's stream, and he's been very.
He has been putting in a lot of telescope time lately.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time to do it with that comment.
Oh, really? I saw that he put that up, and I thought, I really got to go back and look at that one. And it's just so many, and only a few hours in a day, it seems like,
I don't even have time to do a Skywatch anymore.
Yeah.
I'm just so busy, I'm worn out. Like in a little while, where I'll be for 8 hours.
Mm-hmm.
8 hours. That's what I need.
Guess where I'll be in about 4.
Sleeping.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's going to be fun to go to Roswell.
When are you going?
March.
Are you really?
Bill, I think you'll really love it out there.
I can't wait to go.
Just plenty of phone time for us.
Sadly,
I will make sure. I so enjoyed your trip to Utah. That was awesome.
I plan on doing a lot of camera action when I can. I was supposed to go to see Linda Moulton Howe, David Mahler, but it's just no time.
Yeah.
You're right.
It's gonna be crazy. But the cool thing is, and you both know, Marianne Robb is gonna be there. She's just dynamite. She's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then Mark has to scare me, like, yeah, of course, this is Mark. When you land at Roswell Airport, don't get too concerned when you see all the plane wrecks. Like, what are you talking
about? Don't worry about it. Half of those are UFOs. Yeah.
You're going to see wreckage of planes everywhere. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's because that's where they stored old parts. It's like a salvage near Roswell Airport. But you know how Mark is. He's trying to mess with my head. And then he said, don't worry. These are guys that enjoy flying in these little planes as you're coming in from Phoenix to Roswell. They just love to fly those planes. So get ready for an exciting ride. Typical Mark, just trying to.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But on the bright side, like I just got a package just now. This one is for April. Oh my God! Is that exclusively by Andy?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
What a lucky guy.
Yeah.
That's Andy. Andy saved me $100 the other day.
Andy. Thanks, Andy.
Even though I thought I was being hacked, but it all worked out. He saved me $100 buying video games the other day.
Oh yeah, he told me about that. Yeah. And that is incredible.
So I'm gonna go see a concert next Friday. KGRA. No concert. Then in March I have another one, and this one is for April.
Oh goodness.
So I'm going to see Brit Floyd.
Oh.
Brit Floyd. Remember, you know all about this.
Yeah.
Charles, have you ever heard of Brit Floyd?
No. Is that like a tribute band? Oh, I would love to hear something like that.
Look it up later after your show on YouTube. Look up. They sound are identical to Pink Floyd. Really impressive.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't really get into Pink Floyd until like 10 years after they did their stuff. And then I started, I was listening to it with a different ear, you know, and they did some amazing music. If you look at it, you know, if you look at it technically, musically.
Absolutely.
They were 20 years ahead of their time. You know?
That was a lot of Waters. Roger Waters was
yes, absolutely.
Because he wrote most of the material, the majority. And then they fought, you know, he wanted the name when he was leaving, and they gave it to the 3 members. It was a really ugly situation. But bottom line is, when they were all together, they made great music. Now, that's, you know, everybody has their own distinguishable taste in music. I just happen to like it. And it also had personal effects of my life, especially going to their laser shows.
Oh yes,
yeah. That would put the icing on the cake there.
Yeah, if you know what I mean. But so I'm like scrambling because I don't have any nice Pink Floyd shirts because I got to go dressed up, you know.
Yeah,
because I bought all VIP, so I'm going to meet the band for extra money, you know. I'm VIP party, VIP pre-show, VIP everything.
But that's not too far from you, if I remember correctly. That's right in your neck of the woods.
It's actually in Connecticut.
Okay.
Hour and a half away. But that's the same hour and a half I got to drive next week to go see Get the Lead Out. Sorry, Amanda. Sorry, Amanda. Led Zeppelin, baby.
Oh, man. Okay.
So I got this for April. I'm not going to say the date because somebody might actually show up and take me out. I'm not going to say the location or the exact date. They'll figure it out somehow. So this is the shirt.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Yes.
And then I got a cap coming, a nice collector's Pink Floyd. Now I got to show you guys something. This is bizarre. So, and at the end of March, I'm going to see a Rush tribute band in the city.
Okay.
So I had this old Rush cap. It was all faded.
You're definitely a Rush fan.
Oh, I was in a Rush video.
Yeah. Okay.
So I had this.
I'm sorry, but I do remember that back in. I mean, having MTV on and watching that.
I want one of those. Give me that glass.
Tell you what. Look, I'll do this.
That's not fair. She's teasing.
And I'll blow you a kiss.
It's apple juice. That's what it is. It's apple juice.
And sometimes it's coffee. Depends on which glass I've got it in. Look here.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Look who it is. Oh, speaking of Kevin, he invited me when Neil Peart passed away. He did a tribute to the drummer, and he brought me along for the ride, thanks to Kevin, to participate in a tribute. I thought I was a Rush fan, seeing them 17 times. There were people on there that seen them 68 times. I'm like, what am I? Chopped liver?
Yeah, you're a rookie.
I mean, what? And then we love you too, Kevin. So it was cool. It was a cool moment to be part of that Rush tribute.
Oh, yeah.
Because I tell you, when it was like I was hurt. It was like I was emotional when he passed away because I love the band. I love the music. And I know when that happens, that's when you know things have an ending.
Yeah.
Because that was it. Bye-bye, Rush.
Look who showed up.
Oh my gosh. What's going on?
Justin's even here.
Another one that hit me more than I expected it to was when David Crosby died.
Yeah. What was that? A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Just a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to their stuff when I was in high school. When I was in high school, oh my God, you know?
That's the thing too. When people that you grew up listening to or watching on TV like Shirley from Laverne and Shirley just passed away.
Really? I didn't even catch that.
A few days
ago.
Ma.
I hear Ma.
Yeah, she's in the background.
Oh, I got to see Ma.
Send all our love from Ma.
Later. Because then she'll be right. Anyway, so I'm going to see Rush. Not Rush, no. A tribute band.
Uh-huh.
I'm going with a bunch of high school friends, which I haven't seen in 30 years. The other one I see, but the other one I haven't hung out with in 30 years. So it's going to be really cool for some of us to get together. So I have plenty of Rush shirts. I have one Rush cap, but I wore it so much it was brown instead of black. Mm-hmm. Faded. Yeah. So I said, let me see if I could find this same hat online. Yeah, $125.
It's insane.
Because it's a collector. Yeah. So I said, me with my ideas, you know me when I come up with my ideas. Yeah, it was an moment. So I went to Michael's and I bought fabric paint, not dye, fabric paint.
Okay.
So once you make the move, there's no going back. You know, once that first stroke of the brush hits, there's no turning back. So,
what does it look like? Oh, wow.
Nicely done.
That looks great.
See?
That's wonderful.
It looks like leather.
Yeah, it does, but that's okay.
It's almost like
a special issue.
You know? Yeah, it's definitely one of a kind.
That's right.
I can make that
somebody might give you $2,000-$3,000 for that hat. Just say it.
I just don't want to be wearing my leather jacket and carrying a whip because it almost looks a little too leathery, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Just a tad.
Just a tad. So I'm prepping for all these. In May, and I don't want to say the date again, in Jersey, I'm going to see Quiet Riot. Now, there's only one member left. There's only one original member. That's the bass player, Rudy.
Wow.
And he was on an episode on a show on the station. And I was wearing one of my Iron Maiden shirts. I said, yeah, I love Quiet Riot. So why are you wearing an Iron Maiden shirt? Where's your Quiet Riot shirt? You know what I mean?
I don't use those for every day. I save those for special occasions.
I said that. I'm going to say it to when I see you. So he invited me to go backstage and meet him, which is really cool. And the band when I go. So I've got like 4 or 5 concerts every month in the next. And then there's, like I said, Roswell and Pine Bush. Now, Charles, you know the situation. I'm not really going to have people staying at the house, but if people want to come nearby and stay in the hotels, it's just gotten to the point where it's just too much for me and Mom.
Yeah,
it really is. That's a lot of people.
It's not personal. It's just that it's just too much.
It's a lot of people in and out, back and forth, late at night, early in the morning. Ron making your toilets explode because he's so full of shit that it has to go somewhere.
But it's just
just kidding, Ron.
He's going to be at Pine Bush this year now.
Well, it's anyone that's not going to be a contact in the desert.
Okay.
Because they're all going there. Same weekend. So
do you know, I just wish I wish I would make myself get up and go, because that one time that I took off to Branson, Missouri, to out there to what was it, the Legends Convention, KGRA was there. What was that, 2019? Yeah. That's the last time I have just decided just to pack up and just go somewhere. It was like after COVID hit and stuff, it's like, oh crap. And plus my neighbors moved. I didn't have anybody to look after after my animals anymore. And it gets expensive to board an animal,
Oh,
so.
gosh, yeah. Especially now they have these play resorts for these dogs.
Yes.
It costs like $100 a night.
Yes.
But there is an exception clause in this. If
What?
Justin comes with Jax, and he picks you up along the way, depends if he's in Louisiana or California, Malibu by that time. Then you guys can stay in the house.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Because you've never been here.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've always
I would still be good staying at a hotel. I swear to God.
I don't go back on my word. So that part would stay, that's only right to do.
Yes.
Well, if Justin's ass is in California, he can still fly to Nashville and pick my ass up and we can go. Or Louisville, either place. We can go. I got I live between 2 international airports.
Do you know what I got to go to Roswell? It's nightmare.
Oh, this is another reason I don't fly. I don't do anything. I'll just drive. Screw it.
Torture. It's torture. I got to go from here to Charlotte, from Charlotte to Phoenix, and then fly into Roswell because Roswell only has one flight out, and that's in the wee hours of the morning at 6 a.m. And then they only have one nighttime flight that goes in.
Okay.
So that really stinks because it's going to be like 12 hours of traveling.
Yeah.
That's pathetic. So it's going to be a little tough, but it'll be fun. That's what matters, right?
What I don't ever understand is when you can get on a flight, say you're in Nashville, and then you're going to Florida, but they take you to Chicago first, and then turn around and bring you to, take you to Houston, and then come over. I don't get it. I just don't understand it.
I will say this, and I can't talk too much about it, but I've been giving hints. There is some real wickedly dirty stuff going on behind the scenes. It's I don't want to elaborate too much because
define dirty.
Backstabbing.
Oh, okay.
Underhanded.
Sorry. Wrong dirty.
Yep, right.
I was getting excited for a minute, but anyway, go ahead.
You guys know all about the disclosure and the budgets going for research.
Yeah. Yes.
There are a lot of entities looking to put their hand in the cookie jar.
Oh, that's
money.
If the government quote unquote soft disclosure program continues, it's going to be a big thing, and everybody wants to get in on the new big thing.
Well, what do you think most of the money is being allocated to? R&D, research and development, meaning contractors.
Revamped surveillance programs.
All types.
Yeah,
supposedly, give us the money. We'll look into this breakthrough technology.
We'll spot them right now.
Can you just give me 1 second? Because you know who's in here, right? What is it? So eat.
Stop it.
That's Momzilla alert. Momzilla alert.
You know what? It would just be fun for her to come in with a frying pan just once and pop you in the head on camera. Just one time.
Do not be surprised if you start seeing people show up on Tucker Carlson or mainstream media to vent their frustrations of what's going on. But like I said, you're talking lots of money involved.
Sure.
And those that didn't get allowed to put their hand in the cookie jar are not too happy.
Yeah. But it's never going to change. Nothing's going to be different. It's going to keep going on. Nobody's ever going to know anything because the whole world would explode if it did.
I know some of the things that are going on behind the scenes. I can't talk about it. And people say, the people say that all the time. No, I know. I have known. I knew the announcements that MUFON made in January months ago.
Yeah.
I can't say. Now, I didn't know exactly what it was going to be. All I was told was we have a big announcement to make in January.
Okay. As far as MUFON goes, I am not a fan. I understand that all this started when I was born. I mean, you're looking at 53 years ago. But it's become a joke.
69.
It's become a joke. And I can't. The most of what I see and it drives everybody crazy. Okay. Anybody that's in MUFON, all they're doing is they're looking at the case management system. Then they're going on air and they're talking about or reading off cases that were there, or they're writing books about it. They didn't do the investigation, but they're making their name known because they have access to all of the states, and they can. And it's almost every freaking show.
You know what though?
And it makes me madder than hell.
Yeah, doesn't she? I was gonna say, you look marvelous. And I was gonna say, Charles, you're looking beautiful more than ever.
I think so.
And just to Maria, just to mess with them.
At least I'm not getting any worse,
Yeah.
Listen, how many people, so-called people that do research, so-called experts, that they're armchair quarterbacks? They're just rehashing on a subject, doing the research on it. It's like over and over and again, just their own opinion and trying to make them. But now there's a trend going on. You know what the trend is? I've had an experience.
Oh, really? You mean really? That's happening now? Oh my gosh!
Like, but I also had an experience back in. Say what? When did that happen? Why are you just talking about it now? It's like you find it because they want to stay relevant to everything that's going on. Like they can relate now as being an experiencer. I'm seeing that from some individuals.
Was that
all of a sudden they're coming out of the woodwork? They had an experience.
Maria and I were talking about that the other day. Really?
Really?
About how do you tell if it's a real thing? How can you or fake? And I just go by gut feeling. Okay. And in fact, what we were talking about was there was a guest on somewhere that had a near-death experience. Okay. This is something that I know. I've experienced it myself. Okay. And as I described it then, you can't explain it completely. You can talk about it. You can look at it from 100 different viewpoints, and we don't have words to get it right. But I can tell if somebody's trying to get it right because they hit the high points.
They're trying to make sense of what their experience was. For some, they're trying
there's a certain part of it that's always the same. Okay, I mean there really is. It depends on, and then the rest you can trade. The differences are more interpretation, but there's like a core part of that experience that is undescribable, but common. Anyone when when someone tries to explain that part of it, I say, aha, that's a real one.
Body language is important. You know, when a person, you can see if then, you know, if they're, because people may not believe this to be the case, but there are people that suffer from PTSD and are traumatized from their experience.
Absolutely.
Now, if you're taken against your will and forced to do something against your will, that's going to be a malevolent experience. There's just no way to equate it otherwise, because they're not cooperative. They don't want to take part in this. They don't want to go. It's not like Kumbaya. Let's go with the aliens and have a party.
You know, that's to me, that is the Travis Walton story. Because when he first came out and was talking about this, he was not a happy camper.
But you got to remember, that was times where ridicule.
But he has changed his experience in life, and he thoughts about the matter. Has said, yeah, those little fuckers probably saved my life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he also believes they healed him from a prior health issue that he had when that happened. He was actually suffering from an illness. And all of a sudden, that illness was poof, gone.
Yeah.
So whatever hit him, whatever his experience was, I don't think he thinks it was intentional that they were trying to kill him or harm him. But they brought him up to repair him. And, you know, that's why he said they probably saved my life. But it's not just because of the incident itself. It's because he had a medical condition prior to that event. I don't know if you were here
when the experience first happened. I can remember listening to his interviews. He was not he was not happy about having the experience. But I mean, that's anybody that something like that's going to disrupt your life. But he has accepted it, you know.
Look, we can, like, I just gave Kendrick a book. It's by Craig Campobasso. It's a book that supposedly goes through all the different types of species out there. He's like really curious.
Okay.
Yeah, he's Craig Campobasso has a book on this. He sent it to me. But the thing is, this we don't know. Now, they could be divine, they could be angelic, they could be anything that you want to believe they are. In other words, you can believe that, oh, they just got to all be benevolent. Or they just got to be all malevolent. They're evil. They're demons. You know, it depends on the person and how they're trying to equate what the experience is about and what's out there. Now, me being involved with this for so many years now, I've heard a lot of what I would think, and how do you deem credible testimony based on the individual, because they're a police officer or an astronaut, or, you know, but what about ordinary people? They don't have that same set of standard. They're not considered equivalent with their experience as being credible, you know. So there's biasness across the board on basically how an individual.
That always pisses me off. That really does.
It's like, really. Now, I always say this: a person's experience is a person's experience. However they interpret it, that's on them. Can't take that away. That's how they think, feel. That's what. So, because it goes against your narrative, you can't just say, that was not this, because you don't believe that part of it.
Yeah,
and you just discount the whole thing. That's truly unfair. I met a lot. Go ahead.
I look at that as like the blind man encountering an elephant. Okay, each one experiences a different portion of the elephant, you know, and they're all different. They all come back with a different story, but it's all one elephant, you know.
That's right. They have a different account of what happened.
Yes.
Like, look, I'm sure that the both of you have had experiences, and there are people out there that have not. There are some of us that have. And I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to be honest. And I got the books of Enoch here, because I that's why I asked the bishop. I asked the bishop before his show last week, and that's why he came on the air. My producer was talking about the books of Enoch, and I just want to make this statement. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's actually going to talk about it. But I'm open-minded. I'm not closed-minded. I'm objective. And you want to come up with the facts. As if you can clearly come up with the facts, if you have proof. I mean, it's great. But there's some things that just are not just explained off. There is no and Mom is right here, of course. I'm live right now with Charles and Maria. Say hello.
Hi there.
Richard. It's Richard.
Wow.
I love Mom. Hi, baby.
As soon as I say that, she'll duck away.
No. Give Mom kisses.
They said to give you a kiss. We're live right now. Well, see you later.
Thank you.
Guys, God bless you.
Richard.
This could be a sitcom for real. It really could. But
hey, Justin, that's your next project. We're gonna go to Bill's house and live, and that's gonna be the sitcom that's gonna make you an extra millionaire.
This is live, and I know it. But Mom, I'm doing this with them.
Hi, Charles.
Oh,
so you have to do that.
Listen at her giggle. I love that woman.
Yeah, she's because she calls him Richard.
Yeah,
she calls him Richard. Like Jade is Jay, right? Yeah. But anyway, because I only got like 10 minutes because I gotta run off.
Okay.
It's just so frustrating when we go have our experiences, and because others have not. I was raised a Catholic, and at a young age, I would argue with Mom that God is an alien, and that was like forbidden. I'm not. She just said, "Oh yeah."
I've heard that before too. There's a lot of other people.
I had a problem with him. She just said,
"Yep."
So I don't know where that came from. I'm a little kid, 6, 7 years old, saying this. Where did that come from? It wasn't from TV.
No, nothing like that was on then.
Do you know what I mean? So that's really odd when I think about it. But and I had a friend in a chat the other night while I was streaming who knew and was aware of what I'd seen in 1995 because I had the discussion. So I do have a few people that actually are witness to what I went through in 95. It's not like a story I made up, seeing the triangle boomerang or whatever the heck it was.
Right.
But that changed my whole perception.
Sure.
It was all about because I was starting to think, oh, what the heck was that? And if it's not human, then what is it? And then you get into the whole philosophical, theocratical theology, like, did God create them?
But now,
all of your life, once the event breaks that barrier, you just have to go where it goes.
Then the questions open up more than ever.
Yes.
But did any of that really seem weird to you when you were younger? Like when you saw something, it never affected you, did it? It didn't bother you. You just looked at it and just went, okay.
But then again,
the same thing. I did the same thing. Whatever the thing that lived in Mom and Dad's house that would come walking down the hallway every so often.
My house too, where I lived when I was a kid. Same thing. We had activity.
I think I was off. I went to a camp or something in Indiana, and I could remember sitting there looking out, going, "Oh, satellites don't do this when they move through."
And this isn't in the age of drones where it could be explained off as a drone.
Exactly. I think I was 11 or 12, and it didn't faze me.
Though we are decades in advance with our technology.
Yes. But now the distance that this was, it was like I was looking at a star. But then it got a little brighter, and it was doing those weird I just would every once in a while would look at it, make sure it's still there.
And
some people it doesn't phase.
Think about it this way: in all religions, mythology, there's always the creator source, the God or gods.
Sure.
Now, I always tell myself it's simple. If you believe in a creator, the creator of all life on this planet, well, is that creator originating from this planet, or did the creator create all the life on this planet?
Right.
And if that's the case, then by definition, that creator is not a terrestrial being, because it didn't originate from here. It originated from out there. So by definition, it's extraterrestrial, however you want to look at it.
Right.
Divine, spiritual, but it's not of this world. It is not a creation from within the planet.
Yes.
Correct.
So then, do you understand? If you look at it that way, then you would say no matter what it is, it sure didn't come from here.
Right.
It came from somewhere.
And then they talk about all the time that we've got comet dust in us. You know,
Absolutely.
I mean, of course we did.
And you know, the panspermia, there's so many different theories on how life was created on the planet, but it still came from beyond.
Yes.
Right.
Now it evolved here. You know, it had an evolutionary stages, but if you're gonna look at it in those contexts, that's the way I look at it. I was raised a Catholic. I do believe in God, but my God may not be the same definition as what other people may have it. In the spiritual sense, yes, I do feel that our souls, we are a unique species. They may be coming here from other dimensions or wherever, other places, because we have a soul. We're different from them. They don't understand what it is to have that life essence, that energy. Because remember, we are energy. We are a form of energy. We are sparked by electricity.
Bill, they may be here for the graduation ceremony.
That's right. They may be saying, "All right, you're ready. Let's go."
You guys are almost there. We like to watch this because this is important. You know,
all of us right here, our species can be gods. You might say, "What is he talking about?" Well, let's just think into the future. If we don't destroy ourselves, and we're able to travel vast distances to exoplanets. Now, if we wanted to try almost like the Prime Directive in Star Trek, Justin is going to love that. If we wanted to start over and see what happens as a model, put life on the planet with no interference. Where do you hear this similar to? Angels, fallen angels. We see how it evolves on its own without any influence whatsoever from us. We make sure that they have all the resources to get themselves started, but they don't know where they came from.
Sure.
And just to see how they would evolve religiously, politically, socially, etc., it would be a giant experiment. Who's to say we aren't the same type of experiment, and that we do have overseers watching over us to see how we progress and evolve?
Okay, so there's a story about that in the Bible.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah, they were building a tower to heaven, and he's like, "Nah, this ain't gonna happen. So we're gonna change all of this." You
see what I'm saying? Though it's
the same stuff.
And you know how with science, it's genetics, it's the cloning possibilities, AI interfacing, transhumanism. You throw everything. Now, I don't know where this is going to go in 100, 200, 5,000 years. The point is our evolution. We will have the capability to easily create life on another world. So if you think about it that way, we would be
exactly
gods,
right?
Creators.
Yes. And that's, it's like, okay, Kevin just made this comment. Lots of stories in that book. There is lots of stories.
but they're for a purpose.
Right.
Moral principles.
Some of them. Some of them are just bullshit. But anyway,
it's really a teaching tool. It's to teach people to distinguish between good practices and bad practices, and cognitive thinking rather than maladaptive thinking.
Yeah.
So, when you look at it that way, it's a tool that people can use if they use it properly. Because there's some people that misquote or misinterpret. We hear that all the time when things happen. Extremists act out.
all of them.
They use it.
Everybody interprets it a different way. So guess what? I just don't read the damn thing. I'm good with that.
But it's a great discussion. It's a great topic. I don't think that people should be afraid to speak about any topic because conversation is constructive. It's good to have a talk. I mean, look, we could all disagree on one topic. It doesn't matter because we're having a conversation on it.
That's right. That's the important part to me. Is 10 years ago, you couldn't discuss this stuff.
Oh God, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Even when I just said that would be saying his name and
now everybody gets to tell their story. And that's true, as it should be. I never shared my experiences because I didn't know what the hell to do with them. But you say, well, I'm going to throw it out there. I'm going to throw it out there on the table and see what happens. And that is an important part of the experience. It is when you finally own it.
Come to grips. It really is coming to grips with the reality of the situation. Now, for some people, they tend to forget it on purpose.
Absolutely.
A fading memory.
They can cope with it better.
Exactly. Yes. Coping response. It's a defense mechanism.
Yes. And I used to lead all the novice hunts there at Octagon Hall for many years. And now these people paid money, which went to the restoration of this home. That's where all that money went to. That's why they charged. Plus it deters people, idiots. But anyway, most of the time there are idiots with money. But this man comes in with his wife drug him along, and we're talking about experiences people have had, things that have happened in the home, stuff like that. And he looks at me and he's like, I don't believe in this shit. And I was like, okay. Yeah. I don't care. And it surprised him. He never said another word. But I'm not here to convince you. I don't care if you believe what I believe. I don't care if you experience anything or if, something falls on your head let you know that actually happens. But
the thing is, there's a way to conduct oneself in a respectful manner without having to go to that extent of just saying, where it actually becomes more of an offensive response.
Well, you know what? And two, he just paid $50 that was donated to the home. He can believe whatever he wants to believe.
Wait. Ron is great. This is Ron's channel. Ron is fine. He's doing great. Yes.
It ain't Ron's channel. What the hell?
Anyway, but
this is Richard's channel.
Yeah, that's right. This is Richard's show and Maria's show. All right. But the thing is, I think that we have to, even if we disagree, it's all about respect.
Yes.
And it's like right now we just talk to each other so loosely and it's becoming acceptable.
Yes.
I'm not going to tell Charles if I disagree with him. Well, you know what, Charles? You're full of shit.
I tell him that all the time.
But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna deal with the situation in a respectful manner because I respect Charles.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you don't care about the other person, then you talk to them sideways. But then again, would you care what they had to say? Because you don't even know them. What does their opinion mean? Nothing. Mm-hmm. It hurts when you know somebody for so long, and then it comes out of their mouth sideways, and you're like,
yeah, exactly.
Yes, there's been a lot of that. There's been a lot of that lately.
Oh, tell me about it. There has. Yes. And I don't know if it has to do with the times, the environment, and where we're going as a society. I think it has a lot to do with that because it's all around them, and now it's to the point. I'll be right there. 5 minutes. Bye. Oh my gosh. This is the problem. This never stops all day. This is why I can't rest. It never stops. I'm getting messages. Why? If you notice, my eyes are going that way. I'm getting messages from hosts, all kinds of stuff.
Because you're fucking amazing, Bill.
No, it's just that I'm a very busy person, and I did it to myself by adding 9 freaking shows in 1 week.
Because you're amazing. Just saying.
Awesome.
The thing is, like I said, I think because the way everyone is kind of generalizing their behavior and accepting that to be acceptable, it is now bleeding on everyday behavior.
Right.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? It's like it's now becoming acceptable to behave with each other and communicate with each other and treat each other that way because everybody else is doing it.
COVID.
Yeah.
COVID was the turning point.
COVID.
I don't know. People were angry and they were isolated. There are people out there that are in a bubble and they don't come out their bubble. They don't know what it is to socialize with people. That's not good because they don't know how to deal with people.
Yeah. Kids and parents turned into monsters when schools were able to start back up. One of my friends retired because she said it was crazy how mean and hateful and they just disrespectful everybody became after COVID. And she's like, and I'm not going to put up with it.
And here's the thing. We won't know for decades the ramifications and the damage mentally, emotionally to those kids that missed out on school and socializing with their peers. This could be a really serious issue moving forward because that's a gap in their life that they're going to be missing. That fortunately we all grew up and we had our friends. You know, we went through stuff. Oh my gosh. It won't stop. Anyway, but you know what I mean? It's like we don't know what the full implications are of what happened. Yeah. And they can't say that they do know because they don't know. They don't know.
They don't know.
There's no model. There's no model that says it. That's like a cell phone, 5G. I'm just saying it. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but using a phone and sleeping with a phone next to you in your bed, do we really know what the studies are on 5G or 6G they're talking about? Do we know? We don't know that because no studies have been done in those decades-long studies that are necessary to do the study.
Right.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
What the heck? It's like anything else. They don't know.
But you look at all the people in New York City that they locked up into their apartments and they weren't even allowed to leave their freaking. They weren't allowed to go down the street. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Go outside. People would stay in their houses. They wouldn't go anywhere.
Thank God that didn't happen upstate. Now,
man,
your phone is somewhere. I seen it. Mom, please, I'll be there in 2 minutes. It's here. It's on this table over there, I think. But again, there's so many things that we got to think about. And I'm going to tell you, there's some scary things going around in the world right now. And I don't want to get too into politics because this is not, I don't want to do it. But Israel struck an Iranian drone facility. Now, I've always said everything else that's going on is going to be going on, but I'm looking for that distraction. I'm looking for something else to pop off.
Yes.
And I would be watching this closely because you got to remember there's a connection with Iran supplying weapons to Russia, us doing what we're doing. Israel has supposedly a great relationship with Russia. So now they attacked the Iranian drone facility, and Iran is like saying they're downplaying it. Oh, they didn't do hardly no damage, but they're not happy. Will they retaliate?
Sure, they will.
Do their proxies, and is it going to get really bad in Israel? I would not be surprised. So that's why we have to be mindful of the things that are going on around us too.
Yes.
Didn't Germany declare war on Russia?
Well, I don't know about declaring war
before this.
The tanks.
You mean back in World War II?
No. I'm just talking like going through Twitter a couple of weeks ago. I remember that.
I don't recall. I don't watch the news because I don't have time to pay attention to anything but the station.
I thumbed through Twitter and I saw something about Germany has declared war on Russia, and I'm like, okay.
Well, by
here we go.
Would that have been when they were ready to ship them a bunch of tanks?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's just look. It's become a proxy war, like everybody else thought it would be.
Sure.
It's a proxy war.
Yeah.
Well,
and it's ridiculous.
It's been this technology against that technology. That's what happened. That's what's happening in Ukraine, and it's shocking.
Do you give it 2 years before we're involved in this, or is it going to be sooner?
We've been involved from the beginning.
No. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
I'm afraid that if pushed, I'll put it a different way. If you were Russia, think of us with Cuba, with the missile crisis. If you were Russia and you had all these weapons on your border, that doesn't make you feel uncomfortable? All the NATO forces on your border, we wouldn't be freaking out if Mexico all of a sudden got a bunch of weapons from Russia aimed at us. Exactly. I mean, if you look at it in practical means, Russia is feeling like they're being put in a corner here for their territory. And you also know that they also want to re-annex the Soviet Empire.
Yes. They want it all back.
They want it back. So, but that was territory that they had lost. Do you know what I mean? So you got to look. There's so many different ways to look at this. It's complicated, but I mean, I'm not trying to defend Russia, doing what they did and go in and say Ukraine's Nazis, whatever propaganda you hear out there. That, for us, our own personal involvement, we have to learn to stop being the police of the world. That's just my opinion, and stay out of stuff.
But you know what? There's no telling how much money we make off this shit. Our politicians do.
By selling
the politicians, we ain't making shit.
Military industrial complexes.
Sure.
Salivating.
Oh, yeah, $1 trillion a year goes into the Defense Department.
All I say is, and it has to do with a nationalist point of view. I'm not saying that I subscribe totally for it. But there is justification that we have to look out for the people in our own country.
Sure.
Oh, they don't give a shit about that.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? That we must do that. All this money pouring out. Well, there are people here that are suffering every day, starving, poverty, education. There's a lot of areas that money could be funding, roads and bridges, even though but hospitals, whatever it is, law enforcement, whatever it is, all these billions. So they just throw money around like it's nothing, because
it's not theirs. It's fucking ours.
Exactly.
Yes. It's they're spending all that on our credit card. Yeah.
So it's time for a good old fashioned ass whooping or house cleaning or something. I'm just tired of it.
Give it this way: if the United States really wanted to, and people may not believe this, but you don't think that we can be self-sufficient and not dependent now because of we could.
Yeah.
This country going way back, and I'm not blaming any specific party or an administration. This has been going on for decades. When you have companies that do not want to pay for the
living wage
manufacturing, they know there's a place that's cheaper.
Yeah.
You can't say that you can't blame them because they're gonna go to try to make the most profit. That may sound horrible, but that's just the way it is. That's capitalism. That's what they're going to do. So we have to create incentives to want them to stay here and create businesses here. But again, it comes down to money. And now people will say, well, then there's an easy solution. We'll just charge equal tariffs or more tariffs for the products coming in. But all of that is going to be at the cost of the consumer, because then they're just going to raise all their shit higher, and that's going to cost more to buy the product. So it's a game. It's a game of supply and demand. But I think we really, really have to start concentrating and putting our attention to doing everything here. We have to be less dependent on other countries. Yes. Bottom line. This cannot continue. It cannot continue.
The bad part about it is that all of our politicians make more money with it not being here.
What they need to do, Maria, is not allow any lobbyists, any corporations, nothing into their pockets. None.
Yeah.
Zero. Because that's what it is.
That's not how it works.
That's
exactly.
Citizens United was a big mistake. Corporations are not people, because they're not accountable. You can't throw a corporation in jail. You know, they're not people. They're not accountable.
You just charge them a fine.
Yeah, a penny on a dollar. That
and you know what? It's starting a new company is as simple as getting a new EIN number.
Sure.
You just go, oh, well, I was Smith's Auto yesterday. I'm going to be Jones Automotive tomorrow. And you just send in this piece of paper and you you can shut this down and move it all over there. And that liability does not follow.
The thing that is concerning that I don't think a lot of people really understand, this slowdown, I'll call it a slowdown, between it pretty much it breaks down to like 35%, and 30. 35D, 35R, the other 30 are I's. Now, as long as we have this infighting going on, the other countries are exploiting that because they see us not getting anything done. It's like we're frozen, and this is their time to escalate and increase the speed of catching up to the United States or surpassing us. Yes. They want to see us in distress, and they don't want to see us united because they want to be on top.
Kick them while they're down.
Exactly, and let them do what they're doing while we just keep growing.
Yes.
And before you know it, it'll be too late.
It already is too damn late.
It is. So I think people have to look at it in a bigger picture. We have to find a way to work together, because when the chips comes down, it's us against the world. It really is, because there's a lot of people in other countries that really do not like the United States.
Yeah,
they don't.
The bad part about it is that all of us are going to have to find a certain area in the United States to move to.
Oh, so it's happening now.
What was that book, The Stand?
Yeah, it's Stephen King.
COVID hit, and they were all having dreams of. They were even having dreams of a guy in a black hat, or they were having dreams of a black woman sitting on a porch.
I think that was The Stand.
That was The Stand. It was. I'm not having dreams of no man in a black hat or a black woman sitting on a porch. Just saying.
All I'm saying is it goes back to the root of communicating.
Yes.
We have to find a way to communicate with each other and accept flaws and accept each other's opinions and stop talking so much and listen to the other person too.
That's a good stop that.
Which is what we are doing now.
Whenever they made it okay.
Because they can't distract us with the bullshit anymore.
No. But they'll find
you want to bet?
Well, they try and they do, but they're not nearly as successful as they used to be.
Oh no, you just wait. The next big story. They've already tried. We talked about 2 last night. They tried that it didn't work. You wait. There's going to be this one will be about a kid. This one will be about children. That's why
something is coming. I think something's big.
coming. It's been too quiet.
It has been too quiet. Yes. Anyway, I need to get the heck off and get ready for the show. But it's always great to come here and be with both.
Thanks for coming in. I appreciate it a lot.
And hello to those that are watching, and God bless and be well. And hopefully I'll see everybody soon. But it's time to bail for me.
Bye, Bill. Love you.
Good night, you guys. I hope I didn't piss anybody off, but I apologize.
Who cares?
See you guys later. Bye.
Oh.
That was fun.
See,
I'm glad you didn't tell me about that.
I knew you'd like the surprise.
Yeah, that was a great surprise.
I knew you'd forgive me for not telling you.
Yeah.
I hoped
that would be great. Oh yeah, I wouldn't care. I was just shocked when I saw him pop up. I was like, "Oh my god, how the hell did he get in here?"
Yeah.
Andy has learned how to.
Who unlocked that door?
Yeah. Do I need to get my gun? What's going on?
Oh my god.
That was fun.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I miss Bill so much. You know, with everything that's been going on, and everybody's been busy. I said, man, come on, you got to do it. You got to come in and talk with us for a while.
Yeah, throw me a
hang out like the old days. You know. So I think he did good too.
Oh yeah, and he does. I mean, he is crazy busy. He's always trying to find the next big thing. Always, and you know, I mean, and I hate it, but this weekend I think he streamed a lot. And I just didn't have the time. I just couldn't. The one fucking time that he does all this, and I'm busy. And I've laid on my ass and not done anything for most of the winter.
Yeah.
Other than drink and eat and stay out late.
Oh my God.
I had fun sometimes, but anyway. Yeah, that was good. But I'm glad everybody. I'm glad everybody got to see Bill. I'm glad everybody was here when Bill was here. So I kind of think the stars aligned for that one, even though I haven't seen stars in the last 4 fucking nights because it's been cloudy. I'm a little bit grumpy about that. Can you tell?
The stars are still there.
Yeah, they're still there. I just can't see it.
Have faith, you know?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of it is, you know? Keep the hope up, you know?
Don't
worry, the stars are still there.
That was like with when Mark streamed last night. I was like, oh, I can see the stars. I'll be able to see what's going on because I can't see them myself right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's the story of my life in Ohio. The last time I mean, there are rare occasions when the skies are clear around here, but they're rare. Mm-hmm. But the last time I went on vacation was down in the mountains, down the home country, back in a little campground, 100 miles from anywhere, you know?
Oh yeah.
And you could lay there at night, and it was just like awesome, you know? Because you no matter what, well, with all the surrounding cities here, the light pollution, you just can't see those stars. Okay, the millions of stars that are there, you can see the bright ones, and you can see the planets, and you know, but you can't see unless you're in a place where it's really, really dark.
Right.
And it never gets dark here.
Well, and you know, too, remember that post that I made about the security lights? Mm-hmm. I think you even put it on one of our shows. And it was like, I can remember when those security lights were not here. And I mean, it was dark. And I can remember there's one light that would shine into the bedroom window. And I remember going to bed one night and I'm laying there and I'm like, why do I think I see the sun coming up? And it was that damn light on. And I thought, man, if I had a shotgun that could, if I was good enough shot, let me put it that way. If I was good enough of a shot, that light would be gone every time they replaced it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But anyways, the older I get, the bitchier I am. So that's just how it goes. Oh, yeah. That was to a response of Ron missing that show. I'm so glad everybody was here tonight.
I know. We had a big had a really, really good crowd tonight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's Justin's turn pretty soon because he told us 6 months ago he'd give me 2 weeks.
The door's open.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to turn your camera on either, Justin.
Yeah.
It can be audio only. And I'll just pull up a picture of Andy's balls that he sent or whatever that was.
Just pull up that picture Andy sent along.
That was hilarious.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna have to pull that back up again.
I've got to,
and you all should be very sorry that I've learned how to do this. You need to be very sorry that I've learned how to do this. Oh, but there's always plenty more that Andy sends too. So, what else did he? What else does Andy have here? Boring. Yeah, that's most of our shows. Oh, here's one. Oh, I can't show that on here. I got naked pictures of that Andy made up of Ron, so I can't really show that. I can show this one.
Oh, that one. Oh, that.
Mm-hmm. What else can I show? No, I think that's about it. I think that's about all I can show. So let's see. Let's remove this stuff. So stop screen share. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. I guess Andy's not sent those to Ron, but they're pretty interesting. Mm-hmm.
Just to make sure see if I can remember how to do this. Okay. Do. Right.
Do you have the one with the car? No, I don't have the one with the car, Ron. Do you have the one? No, I don't think so. But yeah, Andy is full. Oh, yeah, that's me.
I said, no way, not in a Fiat.
Not in a Fiat, no.
It'd be a pickup truck.
This would be. Can you? Oh, Andy said, "Can you see the Pelosi pants?" I don't know what I got. Andy's sending me shit in Skype. Imagine that.
Oh.
Andy sending me something in Skype. Surprise.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's always something. Andy always has a good one.
Oh, you ain't kidding. This is why we love Andy. Where is the one when Ron got me?
Which time?
Yeah. Which time?
Actually, Ron's been pretty good.
Oh, I see what Andy's talking about. Okay, so that picture that I shared, and I guess I'm just going to have to share it again because I'm going to have to draw attention to what's actually going on. All right. I apologize ahead of time, but anyway. Oh, maybe not, because I think StreamYard's like, that's enough shit. That's not going to happen now. Here we go. No, this one. Okay. You have to look at the down below. That's Pelosi and her boobs at the bottom. See, yeah. So that's what the Pelosi pants. That's exactly what Andy's talking about.
Oh, God.
Leave it to our Andy.
Monkey smash. I didn't think I got that one. That's too bad. Oh my God.
I have so much stuff that Andy has sent me, and it's like I can't share a lot of it.
Well, you just get the really good ones.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Okay. Let me see.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no. This one I have to share because if Kevin is still here, this would be hilarious. And he may not be. I don't know.
We can't tell for sure. We'll find out. Okay.
That's an inside joke with us. But anyway. But yeah, there's so many different other pictures.
Oh, that's cat memes.
Yeah. Surprise. Yeah. There's some stuff I have to be very careful of what I click on. Stuff like yeah, but anyways. Apparently StreamYard, yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, okay, so let me get out of this. All right, so Oofy says, saw a bright glowing object in sky moving erratically, changed direction abruptly before suddenly disappearing. Yeah, I've done that too. Can't explain what it was. Definitely not a plane or helicopter witness. It is. That's hilarious. Chat GPT. Yep, that's all right. That's what it does.
Describe an encounter. Yes.
Well, that's exactly right.
I see that. The part that fascinates me about that is how does it do what it does? Does it somehow look at several hundred and then take like a coherent picture of that phenomenon? You know what I'm saying? I don't
look at
know.
how many years that's been reported.
I don't think anybody knows how these things work. I don't think the people that made it know how it works.
Are you talking about the bots or the UFOs?
Yeah, the bots. I don't think the people that made it understand how it works. And that is frightening. That is really scary.
We've got plenty of them, that's for sure.
Whether for good or evil, it is really scary.
Right.
Or maybe it's just threatening to me because I kind of like that's what I do. I look here and there and over there and back here and say,
but see,
okay, this is what I think. This is what I think's really going on.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
You want to know how shit works.
I'm obsolete. I don't want to be obsolete.
I just want it to work. I don't give a damn.
Okay.
I want it to work.
Yeah.
I gave up on auto mechanics whenever they came out with all this computer shit.
Okay.
When I could not crawl up into the engine with the hood up and get there and work on stuff, I was done. I'm not going to remove 15 things just so I can get to start.
Yes. You're not going to take the car halfway apart to change the fan belt?
Exactly. I'm just not going to do it. And I owned a vehicle at one time. To change the battery, you had to take the front fender off. The fender off. I'm not kidding. And I was just like, I'm not doing it. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done.
Yep.
I worked on my tractor. I was able to do that because I could pop the hood and crawl inside of it.
Yes.
And be able to work on it. But
and identify, oh, this is a this and that is a that, you know.
Right. And I didn't
this
pull
isn't
off
working
some
or
kind
that
of
isn't working. I just put another one in. Yeah. Oh yeah, those were the good old days.
The only thing that pissed me off about tractors was that the battery weighed about 50 fucking pounds. And that made me mad. But anyway.
Yeah.
You take care of it. I mean, you get it done and you can see what you're working on. You don't have to. It just and I know it's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Vehicles don't weigh 5,000 pounds anymore. You know, I mean, and they're more compact and they're more.
What?
Everybody had the battle wagon.
A 72 Vega weighed like 2,100 pounds. Your average compact car now weighs like 3,500. Where's the savings?
So I'm talking about the solid steel station wagons that could drive through a brick home and come out unscratched. Those are the ones I'm talking about.
Okay.
And I can remember when I was in high school, there was a guy that I knew that his parents specifically found him a vehicle like that.
Yes.
Made him drive the paneled station wagon because they knew he couldn't drive.
Makes sense. Yeah. Well, you
And
ran into a car. Well, we just pound the fender back out and keep going.
That's exactly right. They knew he'd be safe and it wouldn't take much to repair the vehicle. So. Mm-hmm. Good times. Good times. You could ride in the back of a pickup truck and nobody blinked an eye.
I've done that on long trips in the back of a pickup truck, you know?
Yeah.
And nobody cared.
Mm-hmm.
If I saw that, if I were driving down the expressway today and saw half a dozen kids in the back of a pickup truck,
you'd have a heart attack.
I absolutely would, you know?
That's right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a different world now, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe people had more kids back then. So you lose a few.
Yeah. Took the curve too quick. Oops. But I think a lot of that too was that kids were driving with other kids in the back of the trucks and they just didn't have any kind of respect. Parents didn't teach them how to drive or whatever, something stupid. And so then it got to be, it was like, oh, well, we got to fix this because nobody else is going to. So the government stepped in. Imagine that.
Well, I saw an actual ad from like a 1962 Corvair that had a baby crib in the back window.
Mm-hmm.
It was just set up just for that. You know, it had a little ledge so nothing could fall out.
Yeah.
that was a sales point. Now that's a felony.
Yes. And I can remember, gosh, Mom driving down the road and I was standing up in the back, leaned over that bench seat.
Sure.
And just watching the world go by. Nobody ever thought anything about it, you know. I mean, but then they kind of learned, you know, when brakes get slammed on, kids start flying through. Or anybody. So
yeah. Oh well. Fortunately we survived. Or unfortunately we survived. Whatever.
Some days it makes you wonder. Anyway, yeah. So, well, I'm glad everybody showed up tonight, and Bill entertained us all as usual, and the gang was all here again, so that was pretty awesome.
That is good. That was good. I'm glad everybody made it this evening. I know I'm looking forward to going to Pine. I'm really going to try to make it to find Pine Bush this year. But we'll see.
And that's in June, correct?
I think so. You know, I haven't even looked. I know, oh gosh. Why do I do this with names? Well, like I said, there's going to be a lot of the top players, okay, that aren't going to be there this year. They're all going to be in at in the desert.
Mm-hmm.
But they still have a very good roster for Pine Bush.
Right.
And heck, I know all of them. So that's
good.
Yeah. That's a good thing, you know. So two of the people that are going to be there, one of them is Tom. Just add his name.
Tom Collins.
No, Tom.
Sorry. That's a drink.
Had the UFO in. Now, nope, it's gone. And Kathleen Marsden, she is a classy lady. She has been very. She always does a good interview.
Right.
And she was gracious enough to spend some time with me and Ron. So she's like a saint.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh God. So.
Oh Lord, Andy's sending something else. I heard the Skype thing go off. But anyway, all right. Well, it's been great. This has been fun as usual.
And your supper's still waiting.
Yep, it's in the oven. It's ready to go. I'm actually going to eat supper. I'm not going to just drink my supper. Imagine that.
Wow.
Shock.
Red
letter day.
Red letter day. We'll have to mark this on the calendar.
That's right.
So I'm so glad. Thanks everybody for being here. And come on back next week. We'll try to have something good to. We're going to try to switch things up. We'll see what happens.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah. I've encouraged myself.
Right.
We don't know. Okay.
Thanks for showing up, Julie. Appreciate it, hon. And everybody, Oofy, Bobby, Ron, Marco, Justin. I didn't get to type that in there.
Kevin and Susan.
Vivi. Kevin,
Vivi.
yes, Susie. We had a good crowd tonight.
So nice.
Hail, the gang's all here.
So I guess I'm going to let you go eat. So you be good. Thanks for being here. You make it easier.
Thanks for having me.
And good night, everybody. We will see you next week. Bye-bye.